Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto 2 Blue Vortex discussion. Today, I want to talk to you guys about why what we are currently seeing with the battles in the Land of Wind just outside the Hidden Sand Village between Konohamaru on his mission to rizz up Matsuri and Sarada and Mitsuki teaming up with Yodo and Araya is a lot more important than we might have originally thought as a community. And in particular, I want to look at why at least one of the Thorn Soul bulbs needs to be recovered between Ryu and Matsuri, and take a look at which one is most likely to be recovered and make the argument for why that particular Awakened Shinju's Thorn Soul bulb narratively makes the most sense. As always, if you've not seen the chapter review already, make sure to check out the video down in the description box to take a look, because the chapter review editor absolutely killed it, including a couple of small manga animations for some of the manga panels. So giving away the goods up front, I do believe that narratively the most payoff for having Awakened Shinju taken down and the Thorn Soul bulb retrieved is going to be Matsuri. Now that's going to come as a surprise to those of you guys who are regular viewers of the channel, because you know my stance on Matsuri and Konohamaru, but that's one of the joys of reading an ongoing series. When you get so many nuggets like this in terms of the world building, there are multiple ways that this can play out from a narrative perspective to accomplish a similar payoff. So allow me to explain why I believe that Matsuri makes more sense than, say, Ryu being taken down. The narrative choice of having Matsuri, the Awakened Shinju made from Moegi's chakra, being the first to fall and have her Thorn Soul bulb used to revive Moegi, it serves multiple thematic and storytelling purposes. This decision, it ties into key themes from Naruto and Boruto, such as the power of love, redemption, teamwork, while setting up long-term arcs for other characters like Team 10, Himawari, and Ryu. So like usual, we're going to break down why this does make sense narratively, in particular the narrative reasoning. We're going to use parallels to Japanese Shinto stories where applicable. So starting off with Matsuri's defeat, why it serves as a payoff for Moegi and Konohamaru's subplot that we have. So the Moegi and Konohamaru subplot, the romantic subplot where Konohamaru looks at Matsuri, thinks about Moegi, and suddenly he starts realizing that Moegi makes his little Sarutobi Jr. go boom boom. Matsuri's introduction as a plot device revealed Moegi's romantic feelings for Konohamaru and how those feelings influence his growing self-awareness. For example, Konohamaru, who has long been portrayed as someone striving to live up to Naruto's example, this moment offers a chance for personal growth by showing his values are not just his duty, but also his personal connections. And this over-the-top hitting over the head of like, hey dummy, this girl likes you, also mirrors Naruto falling into that Genjutsu lake and saying, oh my god, Hinata makes my pee-pee go boing boing. Konohamaru retrieving Moegi's Thorn Soul bulb, it adds a deeply emotional layer to their relationship. It highlights his willingness to fight to bring her back. This action gives both characters moments of clarity when you think about it. Moegi realizes her feelings are reciprocated, and Konohamaru solidifies his role as someone capable of protecting what matters most to him. You also have the thematic resonance here as well. One of Naruto's core themes is saving loved ones from terrible fates, a concept often tied to perseverance and emotional bonds. Matsuri's defeat mirrors past moments in the series, like Naruto saving Sasuke from the darkness, or an even darker example being Shikamaru avenging Asuma, but in this case you would have a romantic twist added to it. The relevant Shinto parallels that you have with this in particular are Izanagi and Izanami. After Izanami's death, Izanagi attempted to revive her from the underworld, but he ultimately failed. This story highlights the lengths that someone will go to for a loved one, even at great personal risk. Unlike Izanagi, Konohamaru would succeed in his quest, offering a hopeful resolution to Moegi's plight by being the one that is the knight in shining armor that saves her. You also have the story with Susanoo. So in one of these stories, Susanoo slays a serpent, Yamada no Orochi, to save Kushina Hime, his love interest. Similarly, Konohamaru defeating Matsuri to save Moegi ties into the idea of vanquishing this monstrous foe to restore balance and protect love. This further lends itself into why Konohamaru should be the one to defeat Matsuri. So the narrative logic, it is there. So Konohamaru is the most logical choice to face Matsuri, not only because of his stronger emotional ties to Moegi, but also because of his superior skill and experience. While Team 10, Shikadai, Anojin, and Chocho vowed to avenge Moegi, they lack the power and maturity and experience to take on such a high-stakes mission alone. Moegi's student saving her, it will feel premature in terms of payoff. It's what I like to refer to as being sugar rush writing. It's kind of like how when you eat a bunch of candy, you get the sugar rush and all of a sudden you crash. That's what that would do, as this does not align with their current level of development. Their role, it is better suited to situations where their work as part of a larger team and learning through supporting stronger allies like Himawari, Boruto, and Kawaki is more suited. We've seen Team 10, even though we don't know exactly what they've been up to, we've at least seen them more than once in Boruto Part 1's manga, whereas when you look at Araya and Shinki and Yodo, after the versus Momoshiki arc, they were completely a mystery, so they are a tabula rasa, they are a blank slate. You can power them up as much as you want to because we as readers don't know what type of training they did. We just know that they trained on screen, likely with Gaara. That's more believable. You also have the romantic payoff that will be more of a payoff than the team dynamic. So saving Moegi is not just about defeating Matsuri, it's about giving emotional closure to the Konohamaru and Moegi subplot that we have. Using Team 10 here, it would dilute the emotional weight and shift the focus away from the romantic arc, which needs a moment to shine. There's a reason why Konohamaru is alone with Matsuri right now. Team 10, they can be more effectively used in later arcs. An example, Jura facing Himawari, where they're likely going to be there to protect Himawari, where the stakes better align with their strengths and weaknesses. Even though Jura is obviously a stronger enemy because of the connection with Himawari, that's why you do that. You also have the setting up of Team 10's larger role in that battle with Jura that we just mentioned. So Jura has already expressed interest in Shikadai. By highlighting Jura's fascination with Shikadai, the story is already planting seeds for a future confrontation. Jura targeting Shikadai eventually, it serves as a great narrative hook for Team 10 to later step up in the story, especially since Jura has shown interest in Himawari, someone connected to Team 10 through her training sessions. Those two are intertwined. The moment that Jura does go after Himawari, Shikadai is going to be caught in the crosshairs as well. Team 10's future contribution is huge. It makes sense for Team 10 to assist Himawari in that larger battle against Jura, where their teamwork and their tactical skills can shine without exposing their individual weaknesses. In such a scenario, with Himawari leading the charge, they would have the support of stronger allies like Boruto and Kawaki, who would eventually take over the leading the charge from Himawari, allowing them to contribute meaningfully in a way that also acknowledges their current limitations. You also have the narrative cohesion to consider. Team 10's vow to avenge Moegi, it doesn't lose weight if they aren't the ones directly involved in Matsuri's defeat. Instead, it can serve as motivation for their growth and the eventual role in helping stop Jura, tying their arc into the broader narrative. Or if they're not vital in stopping Jura, they are vital in supporting Himawari during that battle. This also brings us into why, when you look at Ryu's character, any conversations about having him taken out right now, they don't need to happen. Ryu needs to stay in the story longer. I think we all would agree that Ryu has been one of the more interesting of the Awakened Shinju. Ryu's newness to the story, as a relatively new character, Ryu's early removal would undermine the potential of his storyline. His presence, it adds complexity to the Awakened Shinju, and it provides a unique challenge for Sarada and her team. Removing him too soon would waste the opportunity to develop his character further, as well as characters like Yodo and Araya. This would also contrast with Matsuri's role. Matsuri, while impactful, serves more as a plot device to develop the Moegi and Konohamaru arc. Ryu, on the other hand, has been positioned as a unique antagonist with room for growth and exploration. He has open bloodlust, but as we saw in this last chapter, he also has a very high IQ, making him a very dangerous enemy. Keeping him around allows for a richer narrative and a more deeply satisfying confrontation later on, because if you don't take down Ryu, it also means that Gaara is still in danger. The narrative balance is also there as well. Defeating Matsuri first, it creates a sense of progression while keeping Ryu as a looming threat. This balance ensures that the story doesn't feel rushed and that each conflict is building towards a meaningful climax. In conclusion, I'll say this: having Matsuri be the first Awakened Shinju to fall and her Thorn Soul Bulb to be used to revive Moegi is the most narratively satisfying choice. It provides a meaningful payoff for Moegi and Konohamaru's budding romantic subplot while also preserving Team 10's development for a larger arc later on involving Jura and Himawari. Thematically, it aligns with the Naruto franchise's focus on love, sacrifice, and redemption. It also draws inspiration from Shinto stories about love and heroism. Keeping Ryu around longer, it further enriches the story by making and maintaining tension and ensuring the Awakened Shinju remain a credible threat, which is very, very important. Almost as important as you consider subscribing here on the channel, or clicking here to watch the Boruto chapter review, or clicking here to watch this video from my Anime Explained channel, where I discuss non-Naruto content in the form of video essays, explain videos, and character dissections, and so much more.